it was uh, it was Andrew Jackson's ideas about American nationalism, which really sort of took hold. His idea was a kind of populist racism. It was the notion that
Populist
America was
racism. Oh,
intended
wow.
for,
Okay.
for America was intended for white European men. That's who owned this country, and indigenous tribes were just like obstacles in his way. African Americans had no place here. That they were just convenient servants to be enslaved. And Mexicans didn't belong here either, even though it was their country that we were seizing in the case of the
Yeah.
Mexican-American War. So this idea of American racism was fundamental to their notion of white supremacy and how it defined American national identity. And against that, Daniel Webster pushed this notion that the Constitution was the organic expression of the will of the American people, and that the Constitution made us all Americans, regardless of our race, regardless of where we came from, regardless of our faith, that we are all Americans. We are one nation, indivisible. And that's the principle that he saw underlying the
Oh,
Whig
wow.
Party and, by extension, the Republican Party today.
That's so progressive.
Yes, it was a very progressive idea. And it's important to understand that the success of Daniel Webster ultimately triumphed over Jackson's racism. And from the certainly by 1850, if not earlier in the 1840s, forward, right up until the election of Donald Trump, the dominant idea in American life was that the Constitution is what made us Americans, and we were all Americans, and people came here from all over the world, and we regarded them as Americans. They may have faced discrimination, but that ultimately everyone became an American by virtue of our Constitution. And it's that idea that Donald Trump and the MAGA movement challenged.